Hello from the Nissan Stadium as Yokohama F Marinos and Cerezo Osaka meet for the 50th time in J1. Two teams level on points in the table, but in contrasting form right now. The Marinos having supplemented last week's 3-1 win at Kawasaki Frontale with an Emperor's Cup dismissal of Vivaren Nagasaki on Wednesday to make it 5 wins in 6 in all competitions, as they continue this bounce under new coach John Hutchinson, whilst Cerezo are on a winless run that stretches back to June, a sequence lasting 7 matches, and they were beaten 5-3 at home last week. What an occasion, as is so often the case here at the Nissan Stadium. Spectacular sight here in the port city across from Tokyo. It's the 50th meeting in the top flight in Japan. Cerezo have the edge, perhaps surprisingly, with 19 wins to the Marinos 18. The last of the 12 draws between them occurred at the Yonoko Sakura Stadium in the reverse league fixture in late April, when the Marinos took the lead twice but were pegged back both times by their former striker Leo Serra. And the Marinos keeper is celebrated here for his 300th J1 appearance made recently against Vissel Kobe. Congratulations to Hiroki Ikura. Cerezo last one here in the 2020 season. There have been a pair of Marinos victories since, and a 2-2 draw here when these two met on the opening day of the 2022 campaign. Avoiding defeat at the Nissan today would be a boost in these circumstances for Cerezo ahead of next week's huge Osaka derby. In his 17-goal Leo Serra, though, they do have J1's top scorer, a former Marinos player to boot, and title winner here in 2022 under Kevin Muscat. Kick-off just moments away here. The Japan National Stadium is rocking. Let's take a look at the teams. Shinosuke Hatanaka bagged his first Marinos goal in the best part of 4 years last week against Frontale. The one change is in midfield. Takuya Kida for Riku Yamane. Takuma Nishimura is in form with 2 goals in his last 2 matches. The Marinos front 3 is the familiar all-Brazilian attack of Elber, 15-goal Anderson Lopez and Jan Matthias. So Anderson Lopez just sitting joint second in the top scorers charts this season. Takuya Kida is the skipper for Marinos. Comes forward. The referee is Yura Yamamoto, fresh from taking care of Cerezo City rivals Gamba last week. And the point at the Nobe, which upset Vissel Kobe. John Peda leads the VAR team. 2 changes for Cerezo. At the back, ahead of Veteran keeper Kim, Ryoya Nishio returns to the starting 11, replacing Kyohei Noborizato. So Kakeru Funaki switches to left back. In one of the two defensive midfield positions comes Hirano for his first start for Cerezo. Hiroaki Okuno is the player who makes way. Tamada Bueno and Lucas will support the division's top scorer, Leo Serra, former J1 title winner with the Marinos last season. His 17 goals are 2 more than both his former teammate Anderson Lopez and Rio Germain of Jubilo Iwata. Played 4-1-3, not bad in the league from John Hutchinson since taking the place of the sacked Harry Kewell, quite the league's newest coach. Monday is the 3-year anniversary of Akio Kogiku's installation as the Cerezo coach. That makes him the 5th longest serving in Japan's top flight. This one of 4 7 p.m. kickoffs tonight on this 28th match week of J1. A win tonight for either of these wouldn't immediately panic Vissel Kobe, the team ahead of them both. The gap would still be 5 points, but would at least put some daylight in between either the Marinos, Cerezo, and a congested pack that sees 6th place and 12th in the league, separated by just 3 points. Cerezo Osaka kick off against Yokohama F Marinos in their 50th meeting in Japan's top flight here at the National Stadium. It's going to be another chance for the Marinos to extend this bounce in form since Harry Kewell's dismissal. The opposition today, the Cherry Blossom Club from Japan's 3rd city. Yokohama and Osaka, incidentally, the 2nd and 3rd largest cities in Japan after Tokyo by population. Staking another claim here, John Hutchinson, for the role permanently to become the 4th Aussie in succession to take charge of the Marinos. And there's an early cross there from Jan Matthias, who has had a really good season on the right-hand side of the attacking 3 for the Marinos. Elbert on the opposite flank, Anderson Lopez, that's Leo Serra. So 17 goals in this 2024 campaign thus far, 60 and 29 in 2 years with Cerezo. Won the title with the Marinos in 2 years at the Nissan, but he was never first choice really. Dyson Maeda was the main striker. Title-winning year in 2022. Anderson Lopez then took over. It's Eduardo had centre-half score in each of the last 2 matches. Eduardo and Shinosuke Atanaka, the Marinos. First goal for Atanaka in almost 4 years. Last week in the 3-1 win at Kawasaki Frontale, which continued this bump. It's a terrific performance that featured one of the goals of the season as well from Takuma Nishimura. Here's Matthias and his Atanaka, his 7th year with the Marinos. Matsubara is the right-sided fullback, Nagato on the left-hand side, Watanabe and Kida, the familiar defensive midfield screen for the back 4. Then it's Nishimura, a wealth of options in that number 10 role behind the front 3. Nishimura wearing 9, not 10 by the way. He's come back after the back half of the last European season with the Servette in Switzerland. And it's not a similar formation employed here by Cerezo today as well. That's another little thread through from Matthias. Nishimura on rushing. And feels that the contact was made by A Cerezo player last. Funaki, Torumi, Nishio, Okuda across the back for Cerezo, Hirano and Shinta Tanaka, the ever-present. There's Zera. This is a little bit of consternation for Rikura, but that's a safe enough handle by the Marinos keeper. It's Tamada, Bueno, Lucas behind Leo Serra. There's 7 Brazilians on the pitch today. 4 for the Marinos, 3 for Cerezo. Tenny Shunta Tanaka. Kuda at right back. Always looking for Leo Serra early. Here's Elbert with Hayado Okuda, overlapper as well. Cut back to Matthias, who just did a cross into that side left slot. Tanaka. Eduardo punts it upfield. Subara. Veterans in this Marinos backline in his 8th year with Yokohama F Marinos, Ken Matsubara. Tanaka in his 7th season. Bueno drifted in behind. A player who started the fight back last week in 5-3. Defeat they suffered at home. It's a real opportunity to get back on the board. Last week for Cerezo going into Kyoto Sanga. Blown away inside the opening half an hour before things got a little bit more respectable. Bueno scored a super goal. Get them back into it. Room here on the right-hand side, and Zero will be the target. Cross carried in towards the former Marinos player. There goes Anderson Lopez. Torumi does well. Okuda. It's the former Consadole Sapporo player, Lucas Fernandez. Drive by Bueno. Clever little ball in as well for Lucas, who just couldn't control it. Nice movement though. Idea behind that was right. Great atmosphere inside the cavernous National Stadium here. Funaki with the header. Sixth against 7th at the start of play today, both on 38 points. Cerezo been top earlier this season, a blistering start to the campaign. Whereas the Marinos have been 4th in mid-April. Through there for Matsubara. Watanabe. Matthias Elbert is going to nod it across, or at least that would have been the intention. He got that connection all wrong. Anderson Lopez. Well, reaction betrays his thoughts on that. Caught in two minds as to whether to have a go himself or square it. In the end, he did neither. Two goals for Jose Elbert this season, 4 for Matthias, 15 for the man that plays in the middle of that three, Anderson Lopez. Really profitable Brazilian trio that served them well. There's Matthias again, always busy, always looking for the gaps and little ways through. Matthias recycles it. Matsubara. Eduardo. Katsuya Nagata. Shimura. Useful cross. Needed clearing. Kida. Lopez, first touch was decent. That's a really good challenge. Working in tandem there, Nishio and Torumi. High press again from the visitors. Snuffs out the danger, but only for so long. Shinta Tanaka just ran out of ideas as to how to properly move that ball forward. Really strong by Nishio, just taking the ball away from Anderson Lopez there. Set their stall out here, attack-wise, the Marinos. That won't trouble the Cerezo back line. Another chance to see that dual defensive effort by Nishio and Torumi there on Anderson Lopez. 517th appearance for Kim today. Oh, it's unfortunate because the first touch from Leo Serra was quite exquisite. It was offside. Correct decision. Great deal in it. Shimura's early cross. Hirano. Bueno. Room here. Serra moving forwards. Lucas Fernandez on the right-hand side as well. And Lucas sticks to palms. Oh, Mikura will divert the rebound into the airspace of Leo Serra. And then follow-up is steered a little too high. Fancied it there, Victor Bueno. Better opportunity was the one that fell to Lucas, carved out for Lucas. Great tempo to this one. Matsubara. Matthias. Some work for Matsubara to do there. Phase 2. Watanabe with the pickup. There's Matthias again. Eduardo. Elbert will get there. Anderson Lopez is square. Anderson Lopez will be the target, but Nishio in the way. Nagato, there's the pullback. Too many obstacles in Takuya Kuda's way there. Matthias. Matsubara. Matthias. Step over there from Kida. Relentless this, isn't it, from the Marinos. Let's come back with Atanaka. Cerezo, who actually won 5 of their first 8 matches this season, to surge to the top of the table late April, early May. Can happen, the bubble burst, and took a little bit of time to inflate the new one. And the next 6 without a win. Here's Sierra, away on his own. Sierra with the weave, and Atanaka was equal to it, stood his ground there well. Shinosuke Atanaka. Sierra, his former teammate Nagato, and not the first attempt Cerezo Osaka have had from distance in this one. Same outcome. Maybe overstretched amidst all these early excursions. Leo Sierra. Hold your horses, he says. Pinching me off just yet. That would be a huge blow, naturally. If he were to be withdrawn, get injured. Oh, this doesn't look good, does it? What a shame for Cerezo. Is the instruction here to try and run it off? Oh dear. Back to the groove, the goal score wise. Those 17 goals, but had been on a bit of a barren streak for last week's late goal in that 5-3 home defeat. And they're going to try and do everything they can here to get him back on, get him back firing. Chance has been Cerezo's thus far, not necessarily from Sierra. That was the attempt from Lucas, blocked by Hiroki Ikura. They wanted trying, both sides. It's goalless here. 17.5 minutes gone. Sierra is back in, the player that has struggled to settle anywhere really until he arrived at the Marinos in January of 2021. Here is Elbert. Watanabe, Eduardo, Anderson Lopez. Challenge again from Nishio, properly toe-to-toe here with Anderson Lopez. Sierra will try and chase that down, might even feed off the scraps as well. Good foot in from the Brazilian. Bueno. Caught out a little there, unfortunate, because was a decent challenge just to tee up the potential counter-attacking situation there for Cerezo. Sierra, he scored 10 goals in the 2021 season. As the Marinos finished runners-up to Kawasaki Frontale, albeit by 13 points that year. The year he was the backer to Daisen Maeda, who scored 23 goals that year as the main striker for the Marinos. Maeda was then transferred to Celtic, and Alison Lopez came in for the start of 2022. Both Alison and Sarah scored 11 goals in that 2022 campaign. Yeah, the Marinos won the title. Actually scored brace against Cerezo in a 2-2 draw that season. In his first year after joining Cerezo at the start of 2023, he scored both goals for them against the Marinos in April of 2023 and a 2-1 win. A proven track record of hitting the back of the net in Japan. Sierra. It's his strength and not necessarily trying to win the ball back, as he tried to do there at the expense of Takuya Kida, who's given away the free kick. Matias played that straight at Funaki, who stood his ground. Mention as well as the midweek result for the Marinos. They won an extraordinary Emperor's Cup tie, Vivara Nagasaki. 1-1 going into stoppage time at the end. They then conceded to go 2-1 down. So Matias miscues that up and over the top, but somehow still managed to win it inside normal time, the 90 plus the 10 minutes of time that was added on. So made a couple of changes. Brought Nishimura in, who got the goal that made it 2-2 in the 8th minute of stoppages. The Uenaka as well got that winner 10 minutes into stoppage time to put them through. So as we approach the midway point then in this first half, we're going to have a drinks break. Lucas Fernandez there with the attempt blocked by Ikora. Closest we've come to a goal thus far from a Sapporo player. Too close to Ikora, and that follow-up as well. He couldn't just get around it and present Leo Serra with what would have been an open goal. But he's had a good season since leaving Sapporo at the end of 2023, Lucas Fernandez. Really hot in Tokyo right now. 28 degrees is the threshold. When the thermometer hits that, that's when drinks breaks kick in. 30 degrees at the start of play tonight. Yeah. Hot out there. Not in terms of the score sheet though. in the cup. It's put the Marinos through to the quarter-finals. Face another J2 side runner for Yamaguchi on the 18th of September. Well, that's how things look right now. That's the date for that fixture, but it might be tweaked because we're getting involved in the AFC Champions League Elite by then. The Marinos. It's going to be a congested fixture list from here on in until the end of the campaign. The domestic campaign ends in December in Japan, but AFC Champions League, the continental competition, that's been switched to a more European style format. Autumn to spring. Matthias with the little offload. Here they are building again with Nishimura. On here, Takuma Nishimura. Back line from Cerezo, proving to be pretty resolute thus far. There, Irano. Second player to require some treatment for Cerezo after Sierra earlier. Off the bench 9 times, Irano for Cerezo this season. Joined from Urawa Reds at the end of 2023. Start in J1 for anyone since 2022. MEIJI Yarano today. In over 2 years. 3-0 defeat for Urawa Reds at Nagoya Grampus in August of 2022, the last time he started. Yarano. It's a throw from Matsubara. Nishimura, still there. It's Nishimura again. Back line holding firm. Funaki. There's the corner. Made a play for it. Trying to improve on that. With another corner from Jan Matthias here. It's again a little bit deeper that time. Kim punches away. And Watanabe is the follow-up header. Nothing doing. Solid enough. Cerezo so far. They seem to have toughened up in this attempt to get a first J1 win since the 30th of June. And they beat Nagoya Grampus 2-1. That happens. The results come in batches. She went 7 unbeaten. 4 of 5 beat J.LEAGUE in the Emperor's Cup, beat Urawa Reds, drew at Jubilo, beat Sagantosi, then that 2-1 win over Nagoya Grampus before it's all kind of unravelled a bit. Could have been ahead here though, against the Marinos. Try and fashion something from this free kick. Lucas trying sure. That's very disappointing in the end there. It really is a situation where you've got a free hit at least making the opposition's defence work. He stopped in his tracks there. Clipped the defender. So Nagato tried to thread it. There's no noticeable change in style since Harry Kiel was removed and replaced by John Hutchinson. His association with the Marinos goes back to when he was an assistant to Ange Postecoglou. Quick turnovers, making use of those wide Brazilians, Elber and Matias, with Anderson Lopez the target. Any build-up play, Sierra does well, feeds it back to Bueno. There's a runner as well, Bueno in Funaki! Flag up. Well, it was well crafted, but the timing of that run from the left back, Kakeru Funaki, was just off. Super setup play again from Leo Sierra. With the Bueno, picks out the runner, and it's the right decision. So Funaki's momentum just takes him past that last defender. But a reminder again that you can get at the Yokohama F Marinos. Challenge again there, Taka Tameda. Oh, right on the stretch, poking the ball away from Lucas Fernandez. Goal against Vissel Kobe, last match at home. For the Marinos, the 2-1 defeat, his second of the season. Sierra. Challenge from Matsubara. Fair challenge as well. Matias. Anderson Lopez. Back to Jan Matias. Anderson Lopez there, but ran out of room. Well, they're just on the limit, aren't they, you sense at times, with the Matias down this right-hand side. Nicely worked. Then Anderson Lopez, you see him pull back and then make that beeline for the far post. Shunsen Tanaka, who really distracts Anderson Lopez here. Does well, actually, to not connect with the on-rushing Brazilian as well, Tanaka. Penalties in his 15-goal tally, Anderson Lopez this season. 4 goals for Jan Matias. Actually a backup, a reserve, if you will. Matias until halfway through last season. Purple patch of form. It's been a fixture in the starting 11 ever since. Bueno. focus. To Bueno again. Just once more. A little bit behind Bueno, but he's able to find Sierra. He's looking forward in support. There might have been contact there. Anderson Lopez and Ryuya Nishio. He's been so solid thus far, Ryuya Nishio, in containing Anderson Lopez. Type of contact is always going to be leveraged there by Nishio. Freshened the team up for that match last week. Nishio dropped out of the starting 11. Conceded 5 goals, so straight back in today. It was an extraordinary match that. Kyoto Sanga's away win at Cerezo last week. The 7 matches without a win, 5 of those have been defeats. It's the last 2 before the Kyoto Sanga reversal. It was a 2-0 loss at Sanfrecce Hiroshima. Struggling with vision in that left eye. Cleared to continue. Ryuya Nishio been really strong and resolute thus far. The Cerezo captain at the back. Nothing to do immediately. Hilbert for Nagato. Tanaka. Ball round the corner. Anderson Lopez. Good save. Kim read that really well. It's the first time he's taken a yard away from the defender there, Anderson Lopez. Kim does well. Tumble by Koto Watanabe. A great servant to them. Watanabe. Tenacious in that midfield role, base of the midfield. This is Anderson Lopez just looking to pull that across the front of Kim Jin-hyun. It's a 517th appearance, 15 years with the Cerezo for Kim. And can still deny players like Anderson Lopez. Frustration for John Hutchinson then in this first half in Tokyo. Well, 3 of his last 4 goals have been from the penalty spot. The only one from open play in the 3-2 win over Consadole Sapporo at home on the 7th of August. It's been a a full throttle contest. This is the third such injury stoppage we've had. That's the Marinos check on Kota Watanabe. Now John Hutchinson, 44. A championship winner at home in Australia with Central Coast Mariners, who the Marinos play in this rejigged AFC Champions League competition, which gets underway next month. Familiar with formula, 14 first-round groups. It's replaced from here on by one super group, if you will. 11 teams in the Western group, 11 in the Eastern. I want Watanabe fit for that campaign. The Marinos begin away to Gwangju, the team that finished third in the K-League last year, on the 17th of September. So play the fellow Korean sides, also Hyundai and Pohang Steelers. Play three Chinese teams: Shandong Taishan, Shanghai Port, Shanghai Xinhua, plus Buriram United, the Thai champions, and the Mariners from Australia. 8 matches in a group stage that will last until February. So almost up until the start of the 2025 J1 season. Vissel Kobe and Kawasaki Frontale will be in that competition as well. Vissel Kobe, as we know, the reigning J1 champions. Kawasaki Frontale won last year's Emperor's Cup. Sanfrecce Hiroshima, third in J1 in 2023, will play in AFC Champions League 2. Bueno. Lucas Fernandez using that overlapper. Is Sierra a little too high for him? Just in between Urano and Funaki. That's back to defend. Yeah, Watanabe is unable to continue, so that is a blow. Riku Yamane then comes into midfield. Watanabe and Yamane, Kida on the bench, and Frontale. There is strength and there is depth in all positions as far as the Marinos are concerned. That's a shame for Watanabe on a big night such as this. Eduardo, searching ball, deal with it again, Cerezo. The Bear was the target down the left-hand side that time. We're going to have a fair chunk of stoppages, I think, at the end of the first half here. Addison Lopez trying to create problems. Yeah, that'll do in the circumstances from that kind of position. Gets the contact option to Tanaka. Behind for a corner. Matias again does well. Target was that player who came short of near post there, Eduardo, who, as we know, is always a threat from set pieces. Cerezo have to defend another hit from Jan Matias. A bit deeper that time, Nishio there. Yamane recycles it. Kida. Nagato. Elbert. Matsubara. Kida. Cerezo just closing off the route to Matias. Once but twice. The Brazilian still has it. Shooting chance. Yamane this up. It could have been problematic. Yeah, that pitch just in front of Kim Jong-hyun. Super ball over the top there for Sierra. Funaki for support. Hirano. Nishio. Careful he's not dispossessed. Well played. So the challenge there of Elbert. Sayado Okuda. Commits Eduardo to the stretch there. Shot always rising. Yuichi Hirano. First leading into that, right under it. Bueno. Lucas. Again, he had two to aim for. Tamida and Ciara. Precisely the wrong man, and that's Ikura, the Marinos keeper. Matsubara, the other end. It's a little too heavy for Nishimura. Minutes reasonably modest, I would say, the stoppage we've seen in this first half here. Played at the Tokyo National Stadium. Kind of blurs the picture a little when you're talking about clubs' home records. They are the home club for this fixture. One of the matches is picked out for the Tokyo National Stadium, the Summer Series. Japan, they've won just 5 their home fixtures, 13 of them this season. Just hasn't got the pace there to trouble his compatriot, his fellow Brazilian Eduardo. Ball there from Matsubara. Matias is in behind. Anderson Lopez the target. Backspin almost on that cross, on the fizz on it to send it into Anderson Lopez from Matias that time. A lot of toil and trouble from the Marinos coming forward. Cerezo Osaka have had the better, more clear-cut openings in this first half. Is Jan Matthias still looking for that breakthrough before we hear the half-time whistle. Elbert, where we're used to seeing him. Oof, nice try by Nagato. But again, the shot always rising. Fancied it though, didn't he? The left back. Clean sheet thus far, so good. Hiroki Ikura. His 302nd J1 appearance. 239 of those have been with the Marinos, the rest with the Vissel Kobe. Spent 4 years at the Novice Stadium, did Ikura. It's Riku Yamane, surging into the heart of enemy territory, away by Hirano. Elbert gets it back from Lucas there. It's Elbert still, finds Jan Matthias. Well, we know that he is capable of finishing from there, but not there. And that's the last activity of the first half. The Marinos fashioning a good attacking situation for one of their Brazilian front three, but no breakthrough for either John Hutchinson or his counterpart Akio Kogiku here at the Tokyo National Stadium. Anderson Lopez has been well shackled really by Koji Terumi and Ryoya Nichio thus far, and we still await the first goal in the heat of Tokyo. Half time here. And it is Yokohama F Marinos 0, Cerezo Osaka 0.
国立競技場ですから、トリコロプレンターズチーム勝利した時の得点はありませんが、純粋に応援してください。さあ、バックスタンドがピッチにご注目の赤い大玉を転がすのはトリコロールがメイズ、白と青の大玉を転がすのはトリコロールメンバーズチーム。第2走者の皆さんはこちら側に待機しています。準備はいいですか？では、第2走者の皆さんいきますよ。
ここで高い賞の試合情報をお知らせいたします。大型ビジョンをご覧ください。
選手がピッチに入ってきます。後半も熱い応援もまもなく後半キックオフです。
So the players coming back onto the pitch then for the second half here of Yokohama F Marinos against Cerezo Osaka at the Japan National Stadium in Tokyo. Plenty of endeavour, but no goals in that first 45. This the 50th meeting between these two. There have been 12 draws. Cerezo won 19, Yokohama F Marinos 18. Leo Zera It's a history of scoring both for and against these clubs, against the other one. Nothing today, though, for the 17-goal top scorer in J1. It would be the 15th occasion a Brazilian has finished top scorer, if he can maintain this towards the end of the season. 2 ahead of Anderson Lopez and Rio German. No one has quite come close to equaling Masashi Nakayama's 36 goals in the 1998 season for Jubilo Iwata. What we had at Aoho for Gamba. Cerezo's cross-town rivals, a Brazilian who scored 33 goals in J1 in 2005. If Sarah can add to his total today. The second half is underway here at this wonderful arena built for the Tokyo Olympic Games in 2020. It didn't quite pan out as any of us expected that event, did it? Fantastic place to stage sport with fans. Entirely different environment. No changes at the break. We saw Riku Yamane in for Koto Watanabe, an injury forced change in that first half as John Hutchinson goes for another win since replacing Harry Kuehl. It's a poor run of form, 4 straight defeats that led to the Marinos hierarchy sacking the Australian. This is, of course, a year in which the Marinos reached the AFC Champions League final. Won the first leg of it as well against Al Ain before being absolutely dismantled in Abu Dhabi in the second leg. A bit of a sour taste, fighting on different fronts, those 4 straight defeats, and then still with the Kuehl in charge, they beat Kashima Antlers. He was actually sacked after that match. Cross too high for Anderson Lopez. I think there was a tug on the shirt there, spotted by the referee, and within 2 minutes of the restart, the Marinos have a penalty. Well, Anderson Lopez was the target there from Matthias. This is such a familiar combination. And that's crazy defending, considering how disciplined they've been all match long at the back. Cerezo Osaka. That's a nightmarish contact from Hayato Okuda. It really is. The referee spots that well. It doesn't even matter if the referee spots it with the VAR lurking. That's always going to be a penalty. So, 15 goals in the season for Anderson Lopez. 3 of his last 4 in J1 have been from the penalty spot. 5 in total of the penalties, with that successful conversion at Tokyo Verdy back on the opening day. Penalty at Frontale last week. 2-1 win at Machida Silvia on the 20th of July. Now a chance here to give the Marinos the breakthrough. Bring him to 16 goals for the season, within 1 of Leo Ciara. Anderson Lopez, there's the familiar stutter step, and there's the familiar sight of the net bulging from an Anderson Lopez penalty. He always does that with a tricksy run-up. And he always sends the keeper the wrong way. Kim dropping to his left. The penalty went right, and that is the right outcome for Yokohama F Marinos. Dreadful challenge by Hayato Okuda, or challenge, decision really, to tug back the shirt of the Brazilian. And Anderson Lopez gets up, straightens himself down, and tucks home the penalty. 1-0. Perfect angle. You see him giving Kim Jun-hyun the eyes as well. So cool from the spot, Anderson Lopez. A really disciplined, well-drilled, stoic defensive performance in the first half from Cerezo Osaka. Unravels within 2 minutes of the restart. You have to feel for Akio Kagiku there, the coach. He's tearing his hair out of that challenge from Okuda. Riku Yamane, the confirmation of that change for Watanabe, the injury enforced sub. Alongside Kida, and Anderson Lopez there has his 16th goal now. Just past Rio Germain. One behind Leo Ceará. Joint top scorer in J1 last year with Yuya Osaka of the champions Vissel Kobe. Sights on the gold boot again. Another cross which carves out another chance. Nagato for Matsubara. Do they have the guile, the wherewithal, the belief here to get back into it, Cerezo? Certainly a useful footing from Lucas. Here's Shibataka Tamada. Have to hold it up. Find Bueno. Tamada again with the cross. Marinos having to defend. Here's Okuda, and it gave away the penalty. Lucas again plays it straight at the defender. Lucas. Bodies forward in support. Lucas in behind. Not a bad cross on the save. Denied Ceará. The Kura, terrific. The reaction tip over there to stop the J1 top scorer. Because that, I think, was heading under the crossbar. Unmarked, Leo Ceará. Kura bails out his defenders. Do the same again here from the corner. Lucas Fernandez just checks it back there for Hirano. That was an important challenge there by Torumi. Hirano again. It's Lucas. Too much fizz on that pass. Just wanted it to be a bit sharper. And Hirano on this first start actually won a Champions League winners medal himself. All the talk of the Marinos' participation with the Royal Reds. The end of the 2022 campaign, that final that the Reds won against Al Hilal. It was actually played in May 2023, the culmination of the 2022 AFC Champions League campaign. He was on the bench for both legs of the final. Yuichi Hirano. Reds drew 1-1 at Riyadh, and then by a goal to nil at the Saitama Stadium. Anderson Lopez and company will be fighting in that competition. 24-25, the top two in J1 this season qualify for the 25-26 edition, plus the winners of the Emperor's Cup. Know that the Marinos are still in that as well, also in the quarter-finals of the J.League Cup as well. They'll be playing Consadole Sapporo home and away early September. That's when the fixture list will be getting really congested next month. Cerezo out of both domestic competitions. And then glory here in 2017, Cerezo won both cups. And the Emperor's Cup win came at the expense of the Marinos in the final at the Saitama Stadium. Here's Hirotaka Tamada. That's Funaki on the overlap. Tanaka away. Just lacking a little bit of poise now coming forward. Cerezo Osaka thoroughly deflated by Kuda conceding that penalty. Here's Nagato. And Kida. Nagato will get there. It's a cross to Anderson Lopez. Just came in a little behind the Brazilian. He couldn't make the adjustment. But the overload there provided by Nagato up from left back, as we're used to seeing. Terumi close to him, but he just comes a little behind the run there in the end of Anderson Lopez. And increasingly, the memory of sitting top of the table fades into the distance. For Cerezo Osaka, the 5 wins in the first 8 matches of the season, and they went 6 without a win. Along to a 1-1 draw at Tokyo Verde on the 6th of July. Started this current 7-match, set to be 8-match winless run in all competitions, incorporating elimination from the Emperor's Cup, beaten at home by Furik Kofu in the 3rd round. Those league defeats in Sanfrecce, 2 at home versus Alvarez Nagata, and last week's 5-3 reversal to Kyoto Sanga. Lucas, though, may deliver something with this free kick. Runners, so Lopez back there. Oh, it almost dropped for Shunta Tanaka. He couldn't sort of dig the ball out from in between his feet. That's how it seemed. Taking a whack there, trying to clear it. Striker helping out defensively. Let's take a look, see if he was caught after he managed to punt it away. Clipped in there. But something to hope there. Lucas Fernandez playing that in. Yeah. Just, I think, gets the studs of Tanaka on his ankle there. Anderson Lopez. Properly away, Hirano. Lucas. There's the cross. Be retrieved by Kakeru Funaki. To Bueno. Funaki again. Hirano. Just not good enough. Too heavy. Combination hasn't quite worked out the times he's tried it. Yuji Hirano. Here's Kida. Eduardo. Elba there. Space there for Nagato. pass there, Takuya Kida. It's a little bit sloppy from the Marinos. It's a better pass from Irano to Bueno Akuda. Lucas Fernandez. To a man. And Bueno! Certainly didn't need to do that, did he? Could have taken the touch and another shot on himself there, the Brazilian. But that's the instinct the whole time, to just try and find Leo Sierra. Hilbert. Able to deal with that. Tanaka didn't properly get hold of the shot. Here's Matthias. Good feet there again from Jan Matthias. Bueno. Lucas, pulled through. Wow, it's a useful opening. Akuda got forward. Just stepped it up a bit attack-wise here, Cerezo Osaka. Not only 3 of 13 on their travels. 2 of those come in the... Well, they did come in the first month and a half of the season. They won at Sagan Sosu and Alberix Niigata. Last of them, and 3-0 at Avispa Fukuoka on the 18th of May. Hilbert! The Brazilian combination was played in by Jan Matthias. It was Hilbert who made that diagonal run across the front of Anderson Lopez there to get on the end of the pass. Flags down, no whistle. Tamada away, Sierra darting into the middle. Well, that's a mix-up. Bueno's shot is blocked. That took an awful long while to be resolved, didn't it? That's offside. Waiting here for the play to be stopped. It did seem, didn't it, that Tamada was off. Suggestion that Nagato might have been just about playing him on. Yokohama F Marinos lead Cerezo Osaka thanks to Anderson Lopez's 49th minute penalty. Cerezo having a go. And we have our first yellow card shown to Ken Matsubara. Very few complaints here. Shoveled up and over. Knew what he was doing there, Matsubara. Tamada having beaten for pace. Certainly is contact there, enough to enable that tumble. on that side, Lucas Fernandez has delivered a free kick that caused a little bit of consternation in the Marinos' defence. One by one, they're creating these openings that are slowly being squandered. Victor Bueno takes over now. Too many blue shirts in the way. Direct there by Victor Bueno. Hirano is going to pick this up. Nishio finds Lucas. First touch there by Lucas Fernandez. Chance here. Just the quality of that end product is lacking from Cerezo Osaka. He plays a sort of similar role to Jan Matthias, the blue of Yokohama, the right-hand side of the attacking three. Is tasked with providing a bit of creativity. There might be some here. Oh, what a moment. They're an offside. Katsuya Nagato didn't know that. Now then, let's have a look. Here, yeah, offside again. It's poor, isn't it? From Funaki. But Nagato, well, he's taking that cross on face value, so to speak. Isn't he? He didn't know the flag was going to be up there. Saves the blushes of the left back for the Marinos. Ball was played through. They had that overload left-hand side there for Cerezo. Keru Funaki was forward. He was the one who, well, he's got nothing behind him to look at. So it's all about just reading that line and making sure you don't breach it. Annoying more than anything there. Akio Kogiku. And replacements are being sent for. So Bueno is one of the players coming off Tamada as well. So Bueno, Tanaka and Tamada being replaced by Shibayama, Kagawa and Kitano. All hands to the bump here. This is bold. We love to see it. Players coming in, by the way, that is Shinji Kagawa, formerly of Man United, Borussia Dortmund, Zaragoza. This is his second year back with Cerezo, where he started his career in the late 2000s. Can he sprinkle a little bit of the old magic? Likewise, yeah, we're getting up towards the minus 20-minute mark here. Going to have another drinks break. Chance for a breather. Feel sure the entire trajectory was changed with that loose bit of defending from Akuda at the start of the second half. They really had done so well in the first. And to that moment, tug back on Anderson Lopez, and the Brazilian got up to score. They're heading for another win under John Hutchinson. Has to be doing his best here to throw down this claim to be the permanent replacement for Harry Kyo, following the footsteps of Ange Postecoglou and Kevin Muscat, Kyo himself. effort from Okuda. Maybe gave away the penalty, trying to make amends. Shot on target, but not much consolation right now. They need a little bit more. Nishio will pick that up. Kitano subs. Here's Funaki. Hirano picks out Okuda. Early touches here from Kitano. Shibayama! Wow, that was a great chance. The subs have freshened it up. No doubt about that. Soto Kitano for Masaya. Shibayama there. Straight at Ikura. Okuda. There's the cross. It's by Atanaka. Behind him, Matsubara able to get it away. Not far enough though. Nishio with that pass. Can't get involved. It's too heavy for Kitano. Well, he came off the bench to score against Kyoto Sanga last week. So to Kitano and well, in 12 minutes off the bench against Shonan Bellmare back in March, scored. But now we're going to see some changes for the Marinos. Jun Amano started against Baron Nagasaki in the week. Actually got that winner 10 minutes into the stoppage time at the end. And Ren Kato as well. For Matsubara, so that's the straight switch at fullback. Ishimura will be able to add to his worldie at Kawasaki Frontale in the last league match. That's the straight switch. Amano coming in for Nishimura. Shibayama. Okuda. That was important from Kida. Going through the gap there for Anderson Lopez. A look at the room now for Elbert. Anderson Lopez herring through. Well, it was the player on the far side of Anderson Lopez who got on the end of the cross. What a first touch for Ren Kato. When it looked like the Cerezo subs were going to be the difference. Instead, it's one of John Hutchinson switch outs that's worked. That's the danger. Pushing everyone forward. It's a rare goal this for Ren Kato, but what a first touch. It's his first goal for the Marinos. Joined in the off-season from Tokyo Verdy, herring through. The cross beats Anderson Lopez, and Ren Kato makes it 2. Lightning counter-attack, but committing so many bodies forward, chasing it now, Cerezo Osaka, and are punished. And it's looking like another win. 4 in 5 for John Hutchinson since replacing Harry Kuehl. Seems to have the wow factor. The cushion of his second goal, provided by 24-year-old Ren Kato. They'll bear with the assist, and that'll do nicely. Had their moment, didn't they? There was a terrific chance for Shibayama, but she struck straight at Ikura, and they had their bump, they had their bounce, the extra energy provided by the 3 subs to begin with for Cerezo. But a sucker punch of one of the F Marinos changes, just puncturing that bubble. They come again. Okuda. It's not going to alter anything, is it? Cross like that from Hayato Okuda. Now we'll see Kyohei Nobarizato for Kakeru Funaki. Left back, Nobarizato, that dropped out of the team. The home defeat last week. Back in. Closing stages here. Super run down the right-hand side there from Janamino. Very tricky player. He or Nishimura tends to get that caller, the supporting player, just ahead of Watanabe and Kida, and behind that Brazilian 3, and that's not much of an impact, is it, from Shinji Kagawa? Certainly not what they want from him. Usually decorated player, a couple of Bundesligas, he won the Prem with Manchester United back in 2012-13. The Asian Cup with Japan in his international days. Almost 100 cap international player, Shinji Kagawa. 97 caps, 31 goals for the Blue Samurai. Marinos with his free kick. So Ciara was the player pushed over. Target was Ciara again. Now then, Kagawa. Side, there's an option. Lucas switched over to the left now, just to incorporate Kitano and Shibayama. There is the corner. A little too high for Nishio, tried his best to just glance that behind him. So Lopez committed to the team cause as ever, back helping out to defend. He's got that high physicality about him, so he's a useful supplementary defender as and when required. Set piece results in nothing. And they look pretty glum here. Cerezo. That injection, they needed to strike while that iron was hot. With the introduction of Kagawa, Shibayama and Kitana, it just didn't happen, and it's a long way back now for Cerezo. MEIJI, it's a familiar switch on the left-hand side. Former Arsenal player and Kenta Inui for Jan Matthias. Done his bit. Again, see this strength in depth coming into play at a club with a budget and the expectations, the size of the Marinos. Dirano is replaced finally by Ryogo Yamasaki. Final roll of the dice there. Akio Kogiku. Kitano. Lively since coming on. Shibayama. Cut to Lucas. He got a toe end on it. But just stretching a little too prohibitively there. Lucas Fernandez. Picked out by Shibayama. So much attacking potential about them. The Cerezo Osaka, and not just necessarily Sierra. Perhaps he's had one of his quieter matches by his standards this season. Every chance here with Anderson Lopez still on the pitch. He could get up to 17 goals here and match his former teammate at the top of the list. Yeah, it looked to be a shove by Eduardo. A ton of set pieces in and around the Marinos box, Cerezo Osaka. Potential to convert one of these, but it'll be their day for that today. Lucas Fernandez. Combination of Sierra and Nishio just almost getting in each other's way there. Sierra's nodded it over the top. This is the Marinos' 38th game of the season, of the calendar year at least. 2024. Busy old time of it. All go at the Nissan, the run to the AFC Champions League final. Oof. Just about gets away with that, Kim. Overlapper. Onto the follow-up as well. It's another. Is Anderson Lopez claiming that? Kidder had the shot. Let's see who this goal will be attributed to. Another win for John Hutchinson. Another goal by the looks of things. Oh, wow, a save for Anderson Lopez. I mean, it doesn't matter in the long run, does it? It's another goal. Full stop for the Marinos. Ha. Well, he will want to claim it, won't he? Of course he'll want to claim it. Kim there had that clearance shut down by Kenta Inui, who takes marks actually. So it drops for Kida. How much has Anderson Lopez's touch there altered that trajectory? Oh, he steered it in, hasn't he? He steered it back underneath the goalkeeper, Kim. This is the angle that will tell us, because Nishio might well have cleared that. I think that will be a goal for Anderson Lopez. He might want to give it to Kida, who hasn't scored all season, but that, I think, will be a 17th goal of the season for Anderson Lopez. drawing level with Leo Sierra. Wonderful. It's all coming together, isn't it? For Yokohama F Marinos, there with a spring in their step. They're going for another goal as well. So Lopez wants the hat-trick. And against it happening as well. Confidence that's flooding through this Marinos team since the removal of Harry Kewell. 22 goals last season, joint leading in J1. He finds himself just needing 5 more in the remainder of this campaign to equal that tally. Sierra no longer out on his own, at the top of the scorers charts. Take nothing away from Kensher Inouye, and the way he raced in to shut down Kim Jeon-hyun. Just crucially take the sting out of that clearance from the goalkeeper that enabled the Marinos to regain control of that phase of attacking play. $47,000 inside the National Stadium in Tokyo, but it sounds like double that. As the Marinos prepare to celebrate a win. Will be 6 in 7 in all competitions, but the start of that run was last match under Harry Kewell, the 4-1 win over the Antlers on the 14th of July. 3 straight wins incoming. After that defeat to Vissel Kobe. That's Shinji Kagawa, who was caught late. Used up all their subs here. Cerezo. Oh dear. Really painful. Left foot, isn't it? Well, that's awkward enough, and that's a nasty twist of that ankle. Clutching his arm as well. Just a series of injuries all in one there. Well, there's no immediate danger really for Cerezo Osaka yet. Just found out they're on the big screen. But it will continue this poor run of form. Today's result, trip to the big city. It's hardly ideal at all ahead of the big Osaka derby next week. That's emotional occasion, always an emotional occasion, that. This match for the Marinos away at Jubilo Iwata, and will bring this renewed confidence, belief. As we're just reminded of the goals that have taken down Cerezo Osaka today. This is the 3rd of them, the 2nd for Anderson Lopez, just redirecting that Takuya Kida drive. And there you have it. Now level with his former teammate Leo Sierra. 17 goals. 10 more matches as well to equal last season's tally of 22. That's a real shame. They're going to have to finish off here with just 10 men. Shinji Kagawa didn't do much. He got yellow carded. That was about it. The veteran. Remain in 6th place, never likely to get any higher, but now within 5 points of Vissel Kobe. Marinos pushing past Cerezo. I think they were level at the start of play. It's all about really the confidence to really have a go. The last 10 matches this season and see what can be achieved, how high they can get, what they can do in the cup competitions. Making a team hungry and energised again. And John Hutchinson, who'd have thought it? The Aussie citizen who played international football for Malta, of whom he qualified on his mother's side. Give him the range, don't you? Full time. Yamasaki. Ciara. Too much traffic. It's it up and over. That would be a quarters. Just to cap the near perfect night for the Marinos. It seems that the 300 appearance goalkeeper will emerge with a clean sheet as well in Ikura. All undone by Akuda's tug on Anderson Lopez's shirt at the very start of the second half here. That's where it all went wrong for Cerezo Osaka. Really stoic defence in the first half. It's not panned out like that. And yeah, they've become the leading scorers in J1 as well with 3 goals here. But today, the Marinos rediscover their attacking flair. We're going to have 7 extra minutes. What can be achieved in J1? AFC Champions League group phase to come. Quarter-finals of the Emperor's Cup. Quarter-finals of the J.League Cup. No one will relish facing the 5-time champions of Japan in the J1 era, Yokohama F Marinos, right now. Yamane moves it out. Shibayama still there, the substitute. Safety in numbers for the Marinos. Oh, that's just shoveled away. Two-goal Anderson Lopez setting it all up. Shibayama to feed Zara. No way through. Scored 3 times last week in there. home match, scored 3 at home, still lost against Kyoto Sanga. Before that, lost against Sanfrecce Hiroshima, drew 0-0 with Matchweek Zelvia, which like a more impressive result by the moment, isn't it? It's up and over. Ciara, he's through on goal here. It's Ciara! Oh, he delayed way too long. And that is not the potency we've come to expect from hitherto the J1 top scorer. Even in defence late on, the Marinos are right on it. Here's the cutback, could be another goal. It is another goal. Jun Amano, that's the cherry on top. Fabulous performance, rounded off by Jun Amano's second goal in as many matches. Scored in the Emperor's Cup win in midweek against Vivara Nagasaki. Now adds to J1 strikes against the Atlas, against Machida Zelvia, against Avispa Fukuoka, with a fourth and no doubt final goal here against Cerezo Osaka. Still pushing on, still hungry for more until the bitter end, the Marinos in the John Hutchinson era. It was made by the substitutes. Kenta Inui cut it back. Amano did the rest. They are flying. We've done it again, Jun Amano. He's a useful player, often a starter. That is 4 years with the Marinos, then to play in Belgium. Fourth goal of the season. Third season back. Been out on loan a couple of times as well to Wilson Hyundai Jeonbuk Motors. Not far away in Korea, but he's put the seal on a resounding win ultimately for Yokohama F Marinos against Cerezo Osaka at night here at the Tokyo National Stadium, which has seen Anderson Lopez draw level with Leo Sierra at the top of the J1 scorers charts. All the goals came in the second half. And John Hutchinson's team broke through with a penalty. And all that good work in the first 45 from Cerezo dissolved in an instant. Lopez with a penalty, and Kato in the 73rd minute made it 2. Anderson Lopez again. And Jun Amano after Kato, the second substitute on the score sheet here. And it's another win under John Hutchinson for the Marinos. They have pulverized Cerezo Osaka by 4 goals to 0 here.
今日2ゴールを挙げましたアンデルソン・ロペス選手にお越しいただきました。勝利おめでとうございます。
Parabéns, estamos aqui com o Lopes, que fez 2 gols na partida.
ありがとうございます。
まず1点目のシーンなんですが、2試合連続の PK でしたが、あのあたりの駆け引き、どんなことがあったんでしょうか。
O primeiro gol foi de pênalti, 2 jogos seguidos de pênalti. O que você pensou naquele momento ali?